And welcome back to Wildemount, Tomb of Annihilation. I am your Dungeon Master, The Hollow, and I'm here with my lovely cast today. Before we get into the shenanigans and potential sacrificial offerings or wherever the heck is going on today.
Marriages.
We are going to do a little warm-up. You know how we do. We're going to talk about our sponsor, the Wandering Tavern. Awesome Wandering Tavern supplement for your D&D game is just basically it's a flying tavern that can go anywhere you want it to go. Perfect for Spelljammer or just if you want a roaming tavern around your campaign world. There you go. It's really well done. Next level premium third party upgrade to your D&D game. But in order to properly warm up for today's festivities, I put together a little script, a little San Regal style script for the Wandering Tavern. And this one is entitled The Wandering Review. So, imagine a menagerie coastal jungle. It's daytime. It's hot. It's sweaty. It's green. It's very green. Narrator. Booming voice steps into the atmosphere. Welcome to the Wandering Review, your one-stop magical network for brutally honest adventuring feedback. Today's destination, the jungles of the Menagerie Coast. The Wandering Tavern travels over the jungle canopies of the coast in an effort to provide liquid relief to adventuring parties searching out a cure for the death curse. All the adventurers need to pay the tab as an honest Yelp review of their destination getaway. Let's see what our heroes have to say. Cut to Rin, who stares dead-eyed into a floating magical sending stone camera. Her armor is covered in vines and mud. Her eyes twitch.
1 star. Too many snakes. Snake in my boot, snake in my soup. One snake sold me insurance, and that's not a metaphor. His name was Kyle.
Behind her, the undead zombie ranger guide Bleck slowly leans into frame, jaw hanging. Snap cut to him waving creepily, holding a jungle centipede like a cocktail garnish.
Cut to Talus, who's leaning back against a mossy rock, sipping jungle tea, obliviously bleeding from one arm.
5 stars. Lush foliage. Very eat, pray, love on LSD. Actually, I almost died. Then a flower blinked at me, and I decided to keep going. But then I had a near-death experience. I saw the other side. It was mostly frogs arguing about taxes. I blacked out for 12 minutes, and now I speak fluent Fern. I thought the experience was over, but then suddenly I was astrally projected into a jungle parrot's unresolved trauma. I was clinically dead for, like, a vibe, but the jungle wasn't done with me.
Bleck, the undead zombie ranger guide, photobombs again, this time holding a bone like a selfie stick while trying to do the duck lick thing, even though half his face is rotted off.
You.
Interlude. Fade to black. There's this dinging sound. Ding! A glowing message appears midair. Thank you for your feedback. Connecting you to a representative. A cold wind blows. Sararak the Lich appears in a magical cubicle made of bones. There are HR posters like Crush Mortals, Not Morale. He wears a headset fused to his skull.
Hello, and thank you for contacting TombCore Customer Reaping Division. We value your input.
Pulls up a scroll, it bursts into spectral flame.
I see you've left a 1-star review. As per your terms of quest agreement, section 13, subclause, oops, all curses. Your feedback has been noted and eternally bound to the orb of suffering.
He slaps a glowing soul-stealing NDA scroll on the table. It rolls itself open and wraps around Rin's wrist. She screams. Enter scream. I think your mic broke up.
What? I just screamed.
Oh, your mic broke up.
Thank you.
We didn't hear you.
We did-
Oh,
Got volume gated.
she gets imploded into the nether. Her scream. She screams inwardly, not outwardly, as she just gets sucked into the void.
Scared my neighbors, man. How did you not record that?
Thank you for your feedback. Have a damned day.
Vanishes in a puff of black glitter. Hard cut to Talus, who obviously waves at the camera as Snake slithers across the adventurer's lap.
Seriously, 5 stars. I'm doing this again next week.
Black, the undead zombie ranger, once again photobombs and gives a double thumbs up, one of which falls off.
Smash cut to the logo. The Wandering Review. Mystical destinations. Questionable sanitation.
And now we get
I screamed so good.
Now we take bets on when she'll have to get off to go answer the door for the police.
I think you screamed so well, it was like out of range of the frequency that your microphone catches, because you have a shitty microphone that doesn't catch good vocals.
It could have just been. It could have been just the volume gate on Discord.
Maybe, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tone it down next time.
Well, that's the Wandering Tavern for you. That's us goofing off. If you want to pick up an awesome third-party supplement for 5e 2024 D&D, this is something to look at. You know, I've mentioned it before. What was so cool about back in the day, like, remember 3.5 and all that? What was so great about it was the OGL first started, the Open Gaming License started back then, and suddenly there were like a couple hundred little game startup companies that were producing these amazing third-party supplements for D&D like never before. And it opened up and leveled the playing field for indie creators to create and publish awesome stuff using D&D style rules via the OGL. So nowadays the OGL's been revamped because, well, everybody loves the third-party stuff. You know, it's fucking amazing, pardon my French. But the Wandering Tavern is one of those modern-day third-party supplements that is just incredible. So if you're looking for some cool stuff that is a little bit off the beaten path, check this out. Go over to homiethedudebuilder.com. That's HATDbuilder.com. And use the coupon code RavenQueen for 10% off. That'll let them know that we sent you. And you can pick up all your Wandering Tavern and Sky Zephyr needs while you're there, actually. That's, without further ado, let's get into the festivities. All right, so, with that said, Pendragon, what's been going on? Give us the recap.
All right. Last session we picked up, it was the morning of the Great Ritual. The Grung were all having a celebration. Vindicator Misery participated in the sleeping competition. Then they got into the slime pool with the Grung and splashing around having a good time. Vindicator accidentally got engaged.
Whoops.
It happens.
And Karuki tells us that the only way to break the engagement is if he participates in their play that evening, and if he does a good enough job and becomes like the superstar, he might have enough pull to be able to break the engagement without being murdered. So And then, meanwhile, on the other side of the lake, Nalfine and Gus were trying to free this Arakor that was being held captive, but they couldn't break the lock. And Karuke told them that the only way to free it was they had to petition the king. She then took us all to our hut to prep for the play. We were given a feast of grung delicacies, insects, brains, snakes, and which, Goss got off on and was great. But the main course was human heads, at which point we began to freak out. So I decided we needed to get out as soon as possible. Nalfine thought that we could cast suggestion on Karuke and just force her to give us the incantation, and then we can bolt. But that spell failed, and then she got all mad at us. We had this crazy tense conversation, but we've worked it out as just cultural differences. She understands we were a little concerned about being served human heads and that we think she's going to do it to us. She assured us she wasn't. We moved on. The play began, and wait, back up. We made the set plan number 2 was that we would do the play and try to cause the distraction so that Misery and Goss could try to find and steal the stone tablet that has the incantation. And meanwhile, Paruke was going to build a mechanical Nang Nang for the ceremony, and also was painting a Wan Ti army with the magical paints that Karuke gave us. And RR was going to hang out in the village, and if there was a signal given for trouble, he was going to light the village on fire to cause the distraction. So, play begins. Vindicator was going on, and ended up in a drinking contest, blew his lines, so got challenged to a drinking contest with his co-star, and turns out his drink was poisoned, and where we left off, Vindicator had collapsed. Nalfine sent the warning signal to Paruke, and that's where we left off. A lot happened.
Yeah, really. It was a heck of a session last episode, and a lot of build-up to, this potentially tragic ending as we pick things up where we left off. Vindicator is on the ground before the Grung Temple, and the whole village is all gathered around, and they're all chirping, and it is a scene, man. It's getting wild when Vindicator hits the stone, just like passes out standing up like that. I mean, the chirping amongst the Grung really started getting wild. And that is when Karuk, the high priestess, she belts out something above all the voices. She gives a command in her own native Grung language that you don't understand. But then she repeats it, she interprets for those non-Grung in the audience. And she says, "Bring on the sacrificial chicken!"
I don't like that.
And with that,
At least it's a rabbit.
Yeah.
I'm just worried Vindicator might be the chicken.
Not a chicken.
some of the gold Grung, like the stagehands, they move to just pick up Vindicator, legs and feet, and move her off to the side of the stage, or him off, pardon me. And Vindicator, you're kind of like fading in and out of it. You're in a different state of consciousness right now. And meanwhile, as that's going down and the main stage is cleared, Karuk Misery off to the opposite side of the stage, Vindicator has been brought over to. You see that now there are several grung that show up with, they emerge from the chieftain's temple, and they have this Aarakocra tied to a spit like a hog ready to be roasted. And the
That's a big chicken.
Aarakocra has this look in his visage like, this is it. This is the end. And he knows it. Sean, what were you saying?
So that's a big chicken.
Yeah.
Now, the old man, as soon as Vindicator went down, he set off his signal, didn't he?
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm pretty sure I would finish my painting. And that'd probably also be the signal for Goss to start lighting stuff on fire.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna.
not Goss, it's RR.
Yeah, Arar.
Arar. Well, don't
Yeah.
forget, Arar also has my flamethrower cannon.
Yeah, I think at this point, Goss would dive in the water and just hang out underneath the water, being able to hold his breath for 15 minutes and get closer to the shoreline of the temple, just to be closer over there to start searching.
Okay. So, Paruk's finishing up the painting. You're diving into the water to get closer. And Misery, you are right up to the side of the main action here, looking helplessly across the way as Vindicator slowly seems to be trying to come to, still out of it. Out of nowhere, the king appears before the sacrificial altar offering. And all of the grungs in the village, they're all chirping and excited, and they hush up when King Grok, Chieftain Grok, shows up. And Karuk, she hops up. The Misery side, she hops up to the offering. And she exchanges some words with the chieftain. And Karuk declares, if Neg Neg, she declares in her own language, then she interprets in common, and she says, if Neg Neg does not choose to present herself to the chieftain, then this offering will to Neg Neg. And all the other grungs in the area, with all their chirping and their croaking, you understand one thing that they all say in unison: Neg Neg. They all start chanting Neg Neg, Neg Neg, Neg Neg.
Oh. So, if I understood that right, they'll only kill him if Nang Nang doesn't show up?
It seems as if willing to make a blood sacrifice to try to force her to show.
Okay.
We may have been operating under some false pretenses about whether or not we were going to be the sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
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 A little paranoid, I understand, given the situation.
Would I, by chance, have heard them across the waters? Or am I unaware that we aren't going to be sacrificed?
Roll a perception check, because you're really focusing on trying to scribble that artwork together.
I didn't hear shit.
Whatever's happening, it sounds like the ritual's going down. You're not sure of the nitty gritty.
I would imagine being underwater, I can't hear anything either, even though I'd be closer to the surface to be able to see.
No, you just be aware of a lot of activity.
Okay.
I'm going to, hopefully, if everybody is paying attention to them, I'm going to kind of mumble under my breath as softly as I can, and cast fairy fire on at our, how do you say his name? Arakoke?
Aarakocra?
Aarakocra, and light him up with this fairy fire, and then gasp out, "It's a sign from Nang Nang! Hold your sacrifice! She is coming!"
All right. So that, if you're looking to convince everybody, that's going to be a deception check. Especially though, since you don't speak the language, that may be a deception check at a disadvantage.
Okay. Natural 20 and a 19.
That
Nice.
It doesn't get any prettier.
Insert golf clap here.
Yes.
Vindicator rouses enough. Ning, 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 ning.
Vindicator, roll a Constitution save while you're at it.
Okay. 15?
All right. You're finally able to open your eyes and keep them open, though everything's foggy, hazy around you.
Still poisoned?
Feel a little squeamish, let's just say.
Okay.
With that, the chieftain croaks out something. His croaks echo across all of Dungrunglan. And Karuk, the high priestess, she interprets. The chieftain demands that Nang Nang show herself.
I'm going to call out towards, Paruki and aim my voice in that direction, but mostly make it sound like I'm just trying to I kind of wave my arms to get everybody joining me as I start calling out at the top of my lungs, "Nang Nang, come! Nang Nang, come!" and hope that Haruki can hear us and everybody gets riled up and starts calling for her as well.
I will join in on that, but mine is not very loud. It's more like "Nang Nang, come, Nang." Flail and not so much waving my arms as like flailing my arms.
Yeah. Vindicator's all partied out. But still not ready to call it a night.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you get a bit of a chorus line that catches on, and the chanting it starts emanating from everywhere throughout the pond. And High Priestess Kruk looks over to Misery, and she kind of whispers, she's like, "So, and how to it appeared like Ding Ding showed up, right? At the time, or you and your friends might all die."
Does Paruke hear us? Can he send his Nang Nang?
Paruk, now that the chanting has really picked up, this may steal your attention away forcefully from your work. Go ahead and roll a perception check on advantage.
19.
Okay, great roll. Oh yeah, it looks like it is time for Nang Nang's great appearance. It is time for the great deception.
So I'm
Good band name.
unfamiliar enough with the pigments to know if I stop painting, does that complete the painting and therefore summon the Pen, how do you say that? Because I think I keep saying it wrong. Yanti?
Wanti.
Wanti. Or if I can make adjustments immediately.
Are you sending the Wanti or are you sending Nang Nang?
I was painting the Wanti.
But you already built the Nang Nang, right? I thought that you had built the Nang Nang, painted it, and then the Wanti was just like backup.
I thought we weren't doing Nang Nang at all. I thought we were just doing 1T to scare the shit out of him to get him to run.
I'll tell you what,
Yep.
if you haven't painted a Nang Nang, but right now you think might be a good time to scribble something up, well, you might be able to get it done. I mean, it's not like anybody's looking at you. It would just take an intelligence check with the pigments.
All right. What I think I would do in that case is I would make all the Wanti. I would paint in Nang Nang. So, golden grung. And I would adjust the Wanti to look like they had been killed in a battle. So to make it look like that's why Nang Nang was delayed, because he's fighting the Wanti and obviously was victorious.
Ah, very nice. Okay. Roll that intelligence check.
Any chance I get advantage since I explained it so well?
It was so good. On the fly.
No, however, I'm going to give an advantage on another check because of the way you approached it.
All right. But I will start making those changes.
Okay, 13. So, a hopefully convincing image of Nang Nang, and now it's just a matter of animating and getting that picture to animate and go maybe out amongst the people. That would create that would create a need for some type of great deception. Perhaps a deception I would grant you an advantage on, particularly due to the wanty imagery and whatnot. But you have to come up with something logically that would make sense. Is how you convincingly try to animate this thing somehow. Others are able to help. I know that probably Misery is keeping visual on Peruk all the while from all across the way, trying to watch his progress.
Yeah, that's my bad. I from the last session I thought you had built a mechanical, like I thought it was already done. So I'm sorry for getting us into this. I totally thought we already had that planned.
No, because the original plan was to potentially have Nalfine basically paint his invisible servant. But Nalfine was recalled by his patron today, so.
Right. Okay.
My original game plan to get their attention was to cast Thunderwave to get their attention and then use my Rune Shaper background for Chromatic Orb. So loud noise, bright light really get their attention. But I don't have a way to animate. But I am down on the shoreline, so that may draw them out of the temple to let y'all search. So
Yeah, that could be the sign. If we saw that sign, I'd be like, "She's there! She's over there!"
I don't know why I rolled damage for Thunderwave, but yeah. So cast Thunderwave to get their attention, and then
Hey, make sure you didn't burn two. Make sure you didn't burn 2 spell slots with Thunderwave.
Nope, just the one.
Okay, because you linked it twice.
Did I? Oh, because I clicked on the damage. I was trying to link what it does, but anyhow, and then I cast Chromatic Orb up in the air with acid, so it's a bright green color, and then I promptly begin hightailing it away, try to get to a shoreline that I can make it over to the center area now that they're all looking south.
Okay, that thunder wave, I mean, that's an explosive blast that creates a waking wave of energy emanating forth from your nang nang, quote unquote. That, that could be enough potentially to fool some savage into thinking that this nang nang is animated. Potentially. Like, that might work. It might work. Not guaranteed, but it might work. Let's see here. What I need from you is a deception check. Okay?
All right.
And I'm not going to grant an advantage on this. I don't see any reason to, being that this isn't this is kind of a makeshift way of trying to animate this thing, So I think I'm being fair at giving you a straight up deception check on this.
Oh.
Would you like some inspiration for that? Can I give him my inspiration?
Okay, you probably should have done that ahead of time, but if you are able to RP it in an awesome fashion, I'll allow it.
Oh,
Give some fluff.
I've got no fluff in my brain right now. My brain is fluff. Shoot, yeah, I got nothing going in my brain right now. I'm sorry.
No, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, or anything?
No,
Can't
sorry.
throw a
drawing
pop
blank.
quiz on her.
All right, I'll tell you what. I will allow it, but it's going to be like what? That should be like a plus D4 or plus D6, something like that at your level.
Sure, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you had a point of inspiration for a second that you were trying to share.
Yeah, no, that's what I have heroic. I have a point of inspiration that I was trying to share. That's
Oh.
I missed. Okay, so you're trying.
Yeah, no,
I don't
sorry,
think
yeah,
you can
no, I
share
have-
a point of inspiration. No, I don't think that's transferable.
okay.
Okay, yeah, all right. Miscommunication. All right, so that's rough. It seems as if there's a disturbance amongst the grung, as the king doesn't seem to be completely sold. And he looks over with this glaring look at the high priestess, Karuk. And Karuk then looks over at Misery. And the high priestess raises an eyebrowless eyebrow at Misery. And then it seems that says, well, she whispers to Misery, it must speak. It must convince the chieftain that she loves him and will take him into her bed, or all is doomed.
Uh, okay.
Can Goss see from where he is, the king looking upset and that the Nang Nang thing started going off?
Yeah, you come up for air, or maybe just to spot out a lot of activity that's going on up there, and yeah, you would see it. You're right up up in the middle of it all.
Okay, I'm gonna come up to the surface just enough to be able to speak from the from just at the very edge of the surface of the water and cast thaumaturgy for phantom sounds, so that way the king can hear ominous whispers of Nang Nang speaking to him.
Ah,
Cool.
hey, I love the plan.
And then I was going to at the same time cast dancing lights so that there's like the lights are like drawing, like put them kind of like in this line from where the explosion and the where Peruk set off his lights and explosion, how like suddenly like this four lights like appear, kind of like guiding lights, ding 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 ding, like from that explosion point to the king, and then retreat back and forth like it's trying to lure him that direction.
Also, the light in the interplay with the shadows could make it look like there's some movement with the image.
Okay. Typically, this charisma check that needs to be done by Goss in this instance will be done at disadvantage because, well, the words are delivered not exactly in a language that King Group understands. However, because Misery's assistance with the dancing lights and the great distraction on all that, it could be enough for Goss to be able to roll
straight.
A straight up deception or performance check.
So luckily you rolled that 14 first.
Except that's a charisma, not deception.
It's the same. I've got no extra bonuses on persuasion or deception.
So the 14 plays.
Yep.
Did I by chance hear anything as far as that she needs to speak, or do I realize that it's not really going the way we wanted?
You understand that it doesn't look like the chieftain is buying it. It looks like this is going in the wrong direction, and if something doesn't happen to curb this back in into the right lane, this could get real bad.
All right. I'm gonna make my way back then behind, in the shrubbery around my image. I do still have my comprehend language activated. I'm going to, hopefully it helps. Gonna use fog cloud around me. Hopefully that interplays with the dancing lights again some more. And I'm going to, because I can speak in their language, I'm going to yell out, "Oh, great king, meet me in your bedchambers in 3 days' time."
Smart.
And then I'm going to cancel all of my spells and illusions.
Okay, roll that deception or performance check, whatever's better for you.
Roll, please.
Straight roll.
Just straight roll.
Mother.
No.
Change your dice, man.
Can I switch my dice and try again?
If you have a point of inspiration.
Yeah, use
No,
your
you're-
advantage there.
Wait, did you roll perception? Dude, you rolled perception. You didn't even roll right.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, roll. You just lucked out. Dude, you're lucked out.
Right.
Yeah, roll
Have a
up
set the impact.
performance or deception, whatever's better for you.
Okay, let me get back into my character, changing dice.
Good.
Don't forget to refresh after changing dice like I did last week.
Yep.
It doesn't help that D&D Beyond puts them alphabetically, so all 3 P's are right next to each other.
Woo!
15.
Yeah.
Yay!
Good save. Clutch. And it's like suddenly the chieftain's mood changes when he realizes, deceivingly so, that Nang Nang is down to give him some poo-tang. That the priestess, Krook, she whispers to Misery, "Get work! Now, we just must sell the king and the people of on Nang Nang's blessed departure."
What?
She must make a grand exit.
She just did. All of the magic that was surrounding her just poofed into nothingness. Like she was there and then it all just stopped.
But it didn't seem to sell anybody. Okay, we need an additional roll. Everybody on her, just like we fooling her, everybody on her appearance. Her leaving needs a separate deception move, or it would be
All right, then.
deception or persuasion.
Out of curiosity, what happens if an active drift globe is destroyed? Does it make a bright flash by chance?
Really?
Cool. Then, as I am dismissing all of the illusions, I will send up my drift globe so that it kind of looks like they get pulled into, that area. And then I will take out my pistol and I will shoot it. So there'll be a loud crack of godly sound, a bright flash, and they're all gone.
Well, that's good. I'm going to grant you an advantage on that deception or persuasion check. Intimidation, even.
Dirty 20.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Great. Whew, you needed that. Okay. And with that, Nang Nang's blessed departure is sold true over the Grung populace of Dungrunglan, and the chieftain is left in tears. Out of game, by the way, that was a close one. There were basically, when it came to this in the book, there were 4 checks that need to be made for making Nang Nang and making her appear and talking and leaving and all that. And you have to pass 3 out of 4 of the checks, or it's death by Nang Nang. And, well, you guys almost failed half of them, but because of quick thinking, one of the checks was allowed to be re-rolled, and you made it. So that really could have gone either way. Instead, it goes the greatest way possible, and the chieftain thinks he's gonna have little demigod tadpoles with Nang Nang. The grungs are all cheering and croaking and hopping and ribbiting and doing backflips. Vindicator is finally probably able to stand up on his own 2 feet. Finally,
You're like, oh, did we do good? Is it what's
I
happening?
I nudge Karuke and I'm like, am I supposed to ask the king now for the tablet? When do I ask?
and Karuk, the priestess, she hears your words. You can tell by the way her tongue flips out of her mouth and licks her eyeball. And with that, the sacrificial chicken is taken off the main staging area, and the king retreats into his temple. And it is not long before the chieftain emerges with a stone slab that's just covered in mud. Doesn't even take the time to clean it up. And he hands the slab over to the high priestess Karuk, who then wipes it away with her webbed hand, and she cleans it up a little bit, and she looks over at it reverently, and then she slowly bequeaths it upon Misery, to the joyous clicks and croaks of the grung populace.
Not sure how to, like, not knowing how to show my thanks. I'll do 2 things. I will like bow in my culture to show like gratitude, and then because maybe it's different in their culture, I'll start like leaping up and down like a frog and click too, like I'm trying to mimic the celebration.
And when you do that, the grung upon the shoreline, they immediately start celebrating with you, and they start just having like these ad hoc impromptu, like flash dances, but these are more like leaping competitions.
Yay!
I lean over to whoever's standing next to me, even though I forgot that they don't speak my language, and be like, do I still have to get married? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, you can't. I'm gonna go talk to Misery. She speaks my language.
And then,
And I will head over there.
as you start headed off towards Misery, the gold grung, the suitor, your opposing suitor, shoulders past you rudely, and it croaks something at you, which sounds like an insult. And then you look back that way, and you see the opposing suitor grung grabs your fiance by the webbed hand, and they hop off. They leap off in the opposite direction into the sunset.
Okay. So I get back and be like, hey, Misery, I don't think I have to get married anymore. I think I failed hard enough.
Excellent.
Also, I don't feel very good.
Well,
whatever was in that drink is not good. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, based on what they eat, I wouldn't be surprised, about what might be in their drinks.
Oh, you just made me think about things I don't want to think about.
You're welcome. And I turn to Karuk and I'm like, hey, Okay, what do we do with this? Like, where do we go to read the incantation? Like, out there, where do we go?
And then Krug points at the stone tablet, and she points at this. Well, there are a couple engravings, more than a couple engravings, but there are two geographical representations of engravings upon the stone slab. There is one on towards the bottom of the slab that looks similar in nature to Dungrunglan. It looks like a rough, almost like hieroglyphic representation of Dungrunglan. And then above that, there's some draconic writing, draconic runes. And then above that, there is a pyramid, shape of a pyramid, with what must be jungle surrounding it. That the engravings are all crude, but ancient.
Got it. And I hug her. Thank you. Let's go back. And I, while everybody's celebrating, I'm like, come on, Vindicator. We're going to go celebrate. We're going to with Peruke and get out of here. Let's go.
Okay.
Come on. And
how have we been getting across this lake? Is there a boat or did we have to swim?
well, there was a boat coming across. I was thinking of swimming just to make it look like we were
Sure. Yeah.
participating in the joy.
Yeah. Don't splash anyone.
Yeah, gotcha. And I don't know how tall this cliff is or, what the realistic, if there's a cool point where I can do a fun, cannonball into the water just to play up the celebration of it all, I would totally do that.
Oh yeah, it's there's a lot of revelry. It's all done. Is just partying right now, and getting right into the atmosphere. You are the people of the moment.
Great. Yeah. So then we'll just sort of
Yeah.
swim and celebrate swim back to Brooke.
I'm more just dog paddling. Like, I have no energy. Like, okay, get me across.
Gus is still
Bless my
underwater.
swagger for now.
I think
Float
Gus
on
will
your
find it
back.
funny to grab Vindicator's leg and drag him under for a second.
What? No! Oh, it's you. Don't do that again. I don't feel good.
I'd help Vindicator get all the way across after the poison incident.
And then I guess you guys would probably find me sitting there, and I'm cuddling my stuffed animal owlbear, just kind of sitting, just rocking. Like, that was terrifying. Are we okay? Are
You
we gonna
did so
die?
good. You did so good. It was amazing.
I don't want to do that again.
Look, we have
So
what we need.
Good. Let's go.
Yeah, can we just like sneak out the gate back here?
I have made a discovery. Magic paints. I can make a door. Let's pick a direction and paint a door in every single thing that's in between us.
Well, if we just go straight, we eventually want to go north, so we could just, if we wanted to go out, just go straight out to the back, and hide off into the woods, and hike off into the woods somewhere, and go. I think the Grung are just going to be celebrating for days, so I think we're good if we just go.
Not to put a damper, because I would love to leave, but don't we need the priestess lady to say the incantation, or is this something we can do ourselves?
It's in Draconic. Look. Well, I think it's. Hang on. Do I know it's Draconic? Do I read Draconic?
I still have comprehend languages up, so I
speak Draconic anyway.
I just hold it up. I'm like, I don't know. Do we?
Yeah, I can read that.
Turn that around. You have it upside down.
Oh, shit. Here you go.
It's the thing about Draconic, it always looks upside down.
Okay, yeah. So let's go.
Yep.
So you guys are heading out, knowing that your ride is still like a day away. It's still a day out for the costumes to get here. But hey, it seems like at least you're getting out of here with your lives. So, you take what you can
Yeah.
get.
We don't want to be anywhere near here in 3 days because when the
Nang
Paramore
does
doesn't show, I
Sure.
imagine.
Yeah.
Wait, can frogs get blue? Anyhow, let's just go.
Yep, going.
At this point, I will be like, "Oh, how did we win? What even just happened?"
You did
Later.
really good.
Really didn't feel like it. Okay.
You sold the show, buddy. Yeah, so we can
Off
Take
into the
care.
jungle you go.
jungle to go.
You're able to paint your way through the maze. Kind of like one of those Who Framed Roger Rabbit Looney Tunes holes that they can draw like a black hole and they can reach their hand in and pull shit out of it, or like a portal. And it's like that. You can. Peruk is able to draw like a black hole in one of the walls of the hedges, and you guys can just move through it like the hole became real, and now you're on the other side of that wall. And it's just a matter of drawing your route straight out of the hedge maze and back out into the jungle, where,
Oh,
well, it looks like you have quite the long wait for, talk about waiting for a full day for a bus to show up. It's a hell of a layover.
I could use some not being poisoned. However, if anyone has that option or power.
Second.
Lesser restoration.
Nope, healers can't do none of that. Can't help you there.
Yeah, you'll just have to sleep it off, buddy.
Yeah, we could make a camp for the night. I could use a camp for the night, or we could continue to trek away from the place, and I'll just deal.
I think we should trek away. Stay close enough so that if when we see our boat come back, great, we can jump ship and fly to the pyramid. Or yeah, I think we need to do that. So I would say like maybe truck out into the woods and I don't know if these guys can climb trees. I assume they can climb trees. We should make our camp away from here. Let's go find a safe place for the night and hunker down.
Sound like a plan to the rest of you?
Yep.
Okay, who has the best survival? Anybody proficient in it?
I've got a +5.
Damn.
I lost my
I
character
got a
sheet.
+3.
There it is. I have a +1.
All right. Let's bang out that survival check, the better survival check, that +5. Roll that up. Find you a good camping spot. Woo, very nice.
It was almost a nat 20. It just teetered over.
No.
Okay. There is, there's a large clearing around Dungrunglan, and then the forest wall, jungle wall. And if you were to move into the jungle to find a good spot, you kind of got to hack your way through it in some areas, but do come to an area that is, while it has a bit of an underbrush, it's enough of a clearing with not enough large trees. You hack away the underbrush, you can probably make camp here. Night has fallen fast, and the sounds of the jungle, the guard from day to night of the jungle has completely changed. And you hear the sounds of nocturnal life coming to life as you begin to make camp. The insects are different. The mosquitoes are larger here. And man, there are a lot of them. Swarms.
I can take first watch.
I could take second watch after I get my 4 hours in.
Right, and all I need is 4 hours. So
Yeah.
why don't we just handle that? You I'll do the first watch I'll take a 4 hour watch and then we'll just switch
Sure.
and
Yep.
do my trance and everybody else can just sleep full.
I don't need anything, so I'm all full up on everything.
Having more than one person on watch is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
so I'll
Yeah.
hang out for the 4 hours with Misery on the first one.
Cool.
Because I'm full up on everything. I didn't burn any slots. I didn't get injured, so.
No one else
But if
got
you don't
poisoned or
at
harmed
some
in any way.
point,
Just
you don't want you
Yeah.
to get exhausted either.
4 hour nap.
Okay.
Plus, we're about to get on the ship, so I can sleep on there afterwards.
That's true. Okay.
All right. So during the first watch.
Oh, hello?
Yep, there you are. During the first watch.
Testing?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
You're
We
good.
got you.
Yep, loud and clear.
Yeah, I had to unplug and replug in my headset. Sorry.
Oh, you're cool.
So with the inks that I still have left,
Mhm.
because it's tracked by square footage, roughly how much do you think that I used?
Oh, very little. Just a hair compared to the full head of hair that those pigments
Okay.
actually provide.
Okay, because at the start I rolled a d4 because that's what it says, and I got a 3, so I've got 3 pots of the stuff.
Okay.
Each pot covers 1,000 square feet, so I just want to be able to keep track of.
Right. Let's say you made some doors, you made some Wong Tea, you made Nang Nang. I don't know. Let's just say 20 square feet.
All right, I
There
will
we go.
keep track of that.
3,000 square foot. It almost seems like a moot point to keep track.
Yeah. I mean, I could spend like a little bit of time and paint us a shelter that's hidden since we've got a day or so to kill.
Paint us into a
What?
tree.
Yeah, just basically paint a hollow tree with a very secure door on it.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
Magic paint.
Let's do it.
It's a good thing you don't have low intelligence, because you would just try to paint us invisible and actually make us disappear.
So he's painting happy little trees.
R.I.P.
Okay, so you're going to have a good amount of cover then for your rest. And what that means is that I'm going to roll random encounters at a disadvantage on my end. 'Cause,
Part of what I'm also going to
Mhm.
incorporate into this painting is, since it is hollow on the inside, up towards the top where there are where the branches and leaves are, I am going to put holes up there and a couple of very small ones down at the base. That way, if we do build a fire inside of it, it will act as a chimney and not smoke us out. So in case we decide to cook or have a fire.
yeah, in case you decide to sing Kumbaya, what have you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because D&D requires thermodynamics.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And what's the first rule of thermodynamics? I think it's entropy, and that's definitely a rule in D&D. All right, so what's going to happen here is the party gets to level up during the long rest, okay?
Ooh.
So what we'll
Got it.
do is we will take our intermission. We'll take our 10 minutes. You guys can hang out, grab a snack, take the time to level up. If you need a few extra minutes, that's fine too. All right. So we'll be back in a few as you guys get to a new level of power and confidence and all that.
Hooray!
Level 4, correct? That's where we're
Correct.
going? Okay,
Correct.
just making sure. Cool.
Well, Penn, you got your big decision ahead of you.
Yep. Gonna bow out right now and start thinking.
All right. See you on the bed. All right, DM's back.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
The level.
I haven't even gone to the
No.
bathroom yet. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with my character.
Yeah.
Still zoned
I'm
in.
now. I'm debating which feat to take for my character too. I can't make a choice.
It's cool. Take your time. I'm preparing some things on the back end myself.
I wound up not taking mounted combatant since I can't mount the Drake till 7 anyway. I'll just take that at 8.
Guys did good. I mean, I've run Dungrunglin for 1, 2, 5 different groups now. You're my 5th group, I believe. I've run through Dungrunglin. I was a little worried. I didn't know because I know like how bad it can get in there. And one of the groups I ran through Dungrunglin, they TPK'd. I TPK'd them. Let's just say the ritual didn't go so well.
Mhm.
And yeah, they weren't fucking happy about it. They were one of the expeditions that got lost in the jungle. Put it that way. But that's something I've always loved about Dungrunglin. It's just a really, in my opinion, it's a really unique, multi-tiered, skill-based encounter that could get haywire and turn into total violence and TPK if it's, and it's so easy to not handle it properly, right?
If
It's
that
complicated.
had gone bad, how screwed would we have really been?
Without Nalfine, it would have been. If Nalfine was here, I think he'd definitely been fine. But without Nalfine, it could have definitely gone either way. I'm not saying the chieftain would have summoned a demon, but
I'm not saying he wouldn't have.
yeah, I'm not saying you wouldn't have either. Yeah, that level 3, yeah, it's that's the thing. Like a lot of that stuff, like with representing Nang Nang and all that. Look, that's not so difficult to do if you're like intermediate level party using illusions and stuff like that. But that's what makes it so challenging. When the party gets to Dungrunglin, you're not even level 5. You're like level 3. You don't even have access to level 3 spells yet. So you have very limited resources going into that.
Taking a long rest clears out poisoned, right?
Actually, yeah, after the long rest, you no longer suffer the poison condition.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Okay. So if I took, I'm taking first level warlock and doing Pact of the Blade, and it says that I can conjure a blade or bond with a magical blade, and it'll give me proficiency. Does it? Does that stack? Like if I already have proficiency with a blade, oh, but none of mine are magical. So, like let's pretend my trident were a trident +1. I have proficiency with my trident. Does the Pact of the Blade actually give me any bonus, or should I be choosing a different pact?
I thought there was something else in particular that Pact of the Blade was going to give you that you needed.
No, I think we were talking about Hexblade, which I don't get until third level.
Right. Yep.
It's not going to give an extra bonus on top of an existing weapon proficiency. It generally is not going to stack with other proficiency or bonuses in a redundant.
Yeah. So okay. So that's a poor choice for me. I'm gonna take a different pact. Hold tight. I don't think Eldritch Mind would work with my character.
Nobody said all Eldritch deities are intelligent.
Well, see, I don't even get to choose that one yet. That's not until it's weird because if you don't choose your deity until third level, where are you getting your powers from, like in first and second level?
Yeah, that's fair. That doesn't make any sense.
Great unknown.
Well, I mean, I guess technically you could RP that out of like, oh, you just made a deal to get something done, and you don't know who accepted the deal until third level.
Oh, that's actually very cool.
Like an anonymous angel investor.
Like a crossroads demon. You don't know what demon it is at the crossroads. You just know it was there.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, great. We got funding, and then 3 levels later, oh shit, the funding came from Asmodeus.
No, it was Pazuzu.
Get me every time. All right, so everybody's finalizing the details on the level up. I'm gonna grab another beer from the fridge, and if it's cool with everybody, we'll jump into it. We'll get back into it in like those 60 seconds. Are we good?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Why would I do that?
Alrighty. So as we pick things up where we last left off, the party is awakened in the morning by an unsettling sound. Or it sounds like a massive blasting horn off in the distance, so loud that it rumbles you from your slumber, is fast upon you. Something out there intrusively has waking you from your slumber. Second last watch?
I was with someone else, I thought.
No,
If
Paruk
not, it's
stayed
just
up with
me.
me.
Okay. Just me then, it sounds like.
Okay. Cran, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay. Ooh.
Ooh,
Wait,
I was
that's not what
concerned for a second.
it must not be showing me correctly because the die looks like it landed on a 3 on my screen. But
It's probably
was
just
it-
cocked.
Yep, 22 apparently.
I'll take it. Don't complain.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll take it too.
I know. So with that, you see something up in the air, up above the jungle canopy. And your heart skips an exalted beat as it seems as if your ship has come in early for moving over the massive clearing above Dungrunglan, just in the near distance you see in the sky. That's right, that's your ship. Your boy Ginger.
Okay,
For
I'll
you.
yell out to everyone. Everybody, dudes, the ship's back.
Molly's!
I don't know how to signal to the ship to make it stop above us.
Didn't I have a command for that?
You got a command to get the ladder down.
Command to get the ladder down, right.
How high
Oh,
is
where
the
did-
ship?
I think we told him to just come back to the same spot and wait for us, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it
let's
looks
just-
like it's lowering its elevation above Dungrunglan.
Yeah.
How far and how high?
Dungrunglan is less than a mile out.
Okay,
And
so
yeah, it's pretty
booming voice
low.
Probably
It's
wouldn't help.
it's lowering under the clouds and above the canopy, like it's settling into port.
So booming voice probably too far away for him to hear me.
Oh yeah. It's, like I said,
Okay.
it might be a good mile out.
Okay. Yeah, let's
Yeah, I
let's
guess we
just
hike
run.
back.
Yeah, let's hike back
run
to
back.
the rendezvous. Yeah, I mean the Grunger's probably still celebrating anyway.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean, what good celebration lasts less than a day?
Yeah, they're going wild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in the middle of the night, you'll have noticed that my comfort stuffed animal seems to have gotten a lot bigger and seems to be moving on its own.
What?
Oh,
But
Aurora
I want one. Now I want one more.
Aurora is 100% trying to eat it. There's no way he's not attacking that, thinking it's food.
I'm gonna step in front of him and go, no, bad. But I'm like shaking the entire time.
He's just gonna try to take a nibble out of your leg.
Guys, get your dog. Help.
I don't have any food for him, so unless you got something else to offer him, you might be on the menu today.
I
I might
Okay,
still
good.
have some tamales in my pocket.
will. If not, I've got a ration or a coconut.
Anything will work.
I'm gonna roll a coconut like towards the other side of the tree.
Yeah, he just chases it and pounces on it and rolls around for a second. And I'm gonna go over and help him crack it open.
Oh yeah, and the coconut milk goes everywhere because you probably busted open unskillfully so you make a big mess of things. It's not like you're one of those. It's probably. I just imagine you're probably not one of those dudes that does it all day and makes it happen like it ain't shit.
I'm a ranger with +5 in survival.
All right. Then what I'll do is I will grant you an advantage on the check instead of busting your balls. But if you fail this, I'm definitely going to make it especially bad.
Oh, 100%. 100% fair.
I am.
Oh, man.
Even without advantage, it was 16.
Okay. So, yeah, you get it open, and you can serve the coconut milk. You don't splash it everywhere, slip in it, do a California backflip, land on your back. And you do it like you know what you're doing. Maybe like somebody starts fumbling with it, and it looks like they're going to make a big mess of it, and you step in like, oh, hold on, and you show them how it's done before, before it turns into a big mess. And matter of fact, there are some compies now that have seemed to be attracted to your campsite. Now that you're breaking camp, those little, they look like little raptors. They're about the size of chihuahuas.
Yeah.
There's a whole pack of them. Got to be a dozen of them now that is flooded to the edge of your camp. And
Aren't those the ones that killed the fat guy in Jurassic Park?
I think it was 2 or 3. They're the little ones that travel like all the packs. Yeah, not the spitter dude. The little ones.
It wasn't the spitter dude. It was the little ones. You're right. They're like the little scavengers.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
By the T-Rex.
Yeah, that one. That killed Newman is what you were thinking about. That I forget what that one was, but the funny thing about that, not to go off on a rant there, but like Jurassic Park would have been a really short movie if all they did was pay the one IT guy they had on the staff what he was worth.
Oh yeah. Are the compies considered beasts by D&D standard?
I believe so.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and I'm gonna ask them what they're doing, why they're surrounding us.
Begging for food.
I'm gonna relay that to everybody.
Chirping.
I will empty out all of my pockets of all tamale crumbs. So it's like scattering cornmeal on the ground for your chickens. You're like,
You've only been
just pull the
swimming
pocket
8
inside
times.
out and be like, I got some. Oh, that's pocket lint.
Yeah, I still have some rations, so I'll toss some rations like out, like away from me. Go fetch.
Oh yeah.
All of the things I'm scattering are right at my feet.
Oh, good.
And they pack to it. Like, have you ever seen like a group of 15 chihuahuas just kind of pack around like a bunch of piranha in a backyard? They like a pack of wolves. And that's how these compies work. So like, if you throw food over there, they all run over there. If you throw it at your feet, they all pack and swarm to your feet.
Yeah. Now they're all around and be like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna stay here for a while.
Jumps up on your leg and starts nibbling.
Hey, that's not food.
Ooh.
Swipe it off.
All right, you're able to flip it off like an object interaction. Just like opening a door, just swipe it away, and the thing lands on its side and it stumbles back up to its feet, looks around, kind of goes, and then finds a piece of food, piece of tamale, and runs after the piece of tamale. But before it nibbles up the tamale, another compy gets to the piece of tamale first and swallows it down. And then it gets angry. And then it leaps on
Oh no.
Yeah, and then they start fighting. The two little copies start fighting, and now the copies are fighting over the food. They need more food. They're running out of food. They're starting to get violent.
I believe that Misery was also throwing some food around.
I tossed out what little rations I have, but if it looks like we really don't have enough food, I am going to pull out my newest trick that I learned from watching my grandpa, and I am going to eldritch blast the ground, not actually aiming for anybody or any of the little compies, but just enough to give like this big scary blast and maybe chase them away.
Okay, roll an intimidation check at an advantage.
Dirty 20.
Okay, and they go scattering.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And I put my hands on my hips, like so proud of myself. I'm like, yeah, I learned from my grandpa. Let's go. And skip off, hands on my hips.
Well, with that, the rest of the party, it seems as if, the camp has been broken down, and Misery might have the right idea to get out of here before you attract any more unwanted attention.
Yep, I'm following.
Absolutely.
Scooping up Arar and following along, taking up the rear.
Back towards Dungrungland you travel. The path through the jungle to the clearing of Dungrungland. So the way is easier now, especially during the day. Before you know it, the DM is rolling random encounters. And your journey goes by without encounter to the clearing of Dungrungland. And you see the mighty ship, your Sky Zephyr, awaiting you. It has lowered itself just outside.
Costumes!
Yeah.
Costumes, yeah.
Forgot about those.
I'm like bouncing around on the floor, like bouncing around waiting for the ladder to get there so I can get up there.
Yeah, I'll use the command to call down the ladder. Damien!
The ladder is called down, and Ginger is there waiting for you on the main deck. He is super excited to see you. He is just blushing with excitement. He's hopping up and down on his tiptoes, clapping his hands that you guys have been reunited. And he says, "You're not going to believe it!
What?
Traded tamales to make sure everybody gets a costume. You all get costumes. Look at these are great onesies."
Woohoo!
I'm immediately pulling one of the like most flamboyant, brightest colored one on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it has all the colors of the rainbow, and it's like a onesie of a rainbow colored T-Rex with a unicorn horn.
Nice. Okay, this is what I'm just wearing from now on.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for one that looks like a one with the spikes on the back, like a steg. Is it a stegosaurus?
Yes, it has to be a stegosaurus.
Yeah, the plates all over the back. Yeah.
Yeah, the plates on the back. So I want to have like badass kind of plated dinosaur costume.
Okay, you have a costume. It's a green fuzzy dinosaur costume with it's got a ridge down its back. It doesn't have like large spikes that are super like super exaggerated, but there's a ridge upon the back, like
Perfect.
that's something you might be looking for.
Perfect.
And then Ginger's like, so wouldn't be doing my job if I showed up without some fresh tamales. I hope you're hungry.
Always.
We love you,
I
Ginger.
Yeah,
love
I give
my
Ginger a
job.
big hug and a tip. I give him a tip. It's like, this is better than I was expecting, and he put 5 gold into his hand.
Shinies. Thank you.
Yep, I'm also handing him a tip of 7 coins that I just reached in and grabbed for him. Just mimicking the gesture I saw Vindicator do.
Misery's just too engrossed with her new costume. She's
Yeah,
moved on.
Now I'm like stalking around, like pretending to be a dinosaur and roaring, even though that's probably the wrong dinosaur from what I'm wearing. Every so often, just roar.
And like Ginger is trying to pretend that he can count past the number 2 when he's counting out the coins.
How did he trade enough to get us all costumes?
2. I don't know, but it seemed to work out for him. And maybe just his cuteness.
He is coming out on the upside from this trip with us anyway, so
It's true. He's already increased his livelihood. So, okay, yay!
I know walk the plank.
What?
we have
No.
a plank?
No,
The plank.
you're the best ever, Ginger. You are the cook of the year, and we should. We should call, when we're done out here, we should go find the Wandering Tavern and have them grade your cooking, because man, you should be in their who's who of chefs out in the world.
1 and 2 shinies means I know walk the plank. I have opportunity.
Okay. We have things to do, Ginger. You want to go on an adventure? We have got places to go and things to do. And I pull out the stone tablet for everybody, and I think I also took prestidigitation like my grandpa. No, I did not. Sorry, I thought I was going to. I didn't do that. Never mind. I wipe off the stone manually, and kind of point to everybody like, okay, so down here, this is where the frogs live. And then up here, this pyramid is where I think we need to go. And what do these words say? These runes. Can anybody read that?
Yeah, I can read Draconic.
Cool. What do the runes say?
Yeah, DM, what do the runes say?
5 feet high the door, and 3 may walk abreast. The runes on the map.
Say is actually interesting. It seems to be encoded, while the draconic letters, well, you understand letter by letter. It seems as if the letters are scrambled in some way, like the incantation doesn't make sense. Even though you can understand Draconic, it seems to not be in like a plain text form, if you understand what I mean. It seems to be some type of Draconic cipher text.
Right, okay. I want to take some time to transcribe it into Common, exactly how it is on the tablet, so I can maybe get some more help decoding the cipher.
Worst case, I can burn a comprehend language if need be.
I mean, I can translate it into Common.
That works.
Yeah, let's do that.
You have a full party looking on this. It's like imagine it kind of.
Actually, while he is doing that transcribing, I'm actually gonna pull Misery aside. So, remember what we were talking about a while ago? I think I've completed it. And I'm gonna hold up the puka shell necklace of intellect.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Thank you.
Don't know how well it'll work. It was a bit of a rush job. It's the first time I've tried really making a magic item like that. So just let me know what you need.
Okay. I think we should roll to see really how well it works. It normally brings you up to like a 19. So like if I roll a 19 or 20, then it's far out. I get the full 19, but then anything less than that is I think should be what it brings my intelligence up by. Yeah? DM?
I think so. Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. So D20. 12. Pops me up to a 12. Amazing.
And I can imagine, especially with your new gift, everybody looking upon the draconic ciphertext. It's like a team effort, you know? It's like one of my favorite scenes in one of my favorite movies, that movie Hackers, Angelina Jolie's first movie. There's this scene where everybody's like leaning forward and looking at the code. They're like, I can't make heads or tails of this shit, you know? It's like that. It's a really famous shot. I put it in Sunday chat.
Yep. That one looks like a mountain. I point at the rune. That's my contribution.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly like giggling off in the corner, understanding some jokes that people had said or like things that I've never understood before. Like I'm being flooded with like, oh my God, that's hilarious. And kind of giggling. It's gonna take me a few minutes to kind of pull myself together to come back and read the map.
3 years later, oh, I get that now.
Basically.
Yeah. All I needed to figure out that math problem was AI. You know, look at that. 10 years of research done in 30 seconds. Go figure. Fucking A. What done with my life? So, okay. Looking over things, we'll have everybody roll an intelligence check. Okay?
Sorry in advance, guys.
There an intelligence in particular, just straight up intelligence?
It's gonna be
dang,
straight
I got a
intelligence.
17.
19!
God, you both did better than I did, and I've got the intelligence stat.
Yeah,
You were
I have a
the
negative
lowest
on
one.
that one.
All right.
You were the lowest roll.
So my
for-
insight of that
Many
looks
dice.
like a mountain is really important.
That was spot on.
It's like when the barbarian tries to kick in the door and he fails. He rolls a natural 1, and then the mage is like, "Get out of the way. Let me show you how it's done." He rolls a natural 20. He kicks it in. He picks up the door, starts barking like Chewbacca, throws it off to the side like a fucking beast, and he's like, "Lift with your legs, barbarian, not your back." Okay, so anyway, all joking aside, we're able to piece together
Those
that
does work.
the ciphertext, the draconic ciphertext, is rather simple to break if you speak draconic, The scrambled text is actually just all inverted. The words are spelled backwards. Simple as that. And once you're able to figure that out with one word, it was the same for all the words, and you crack the code, and it seems as if you have a poem. Put that there in chat for you in Sunday chat. It says, in jungles deep where shadows play, Ubtao walks the dawnlit way. With every step, earth he wakes, the maze of life, the path he makes. Dinosaur roar and vines embrace, mark the dance of time and place. He who shaped the primal land still watches with a guiding hand. And this writing, these etchings are like in the middle of draconic ciphertext. There is what appears to be like an emblem etched, a hieroglyphic of some type of totem, like a totem pole that looks to be in the shape of some type of dinosaur or something. A dinosaur themed totem pole.
Okay. So that seems to be the incantation. And maybe we just need to find the marker. That maybe that's a marker, like where the entrance to the city is. So I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna just fly us north. I like using the stone tablet. I'm gonna head us towards where the pyramid is, and get us up in that general direction. If you guys, hey crew, keep your eyes out for dangerous creatures flying at us, and possible totem poles, dinosaurs, statues, something along those lines, somewhere where we're going to want to stop.
So, let me get this straight. From the air, through a canopy of trees, we're looking for a small piece of wood in a jungle.
Well,
Got
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna get us as close to, using the map. I'm gonna get us to here. You guys watch out for anything attacking us while we travel there, and if you can spot something, cool. If not, we'll park at some point and go hunting.
Ginger says, you know what this plan would be better with? More tamales! And he shows up with a plate of hot tamales fresh off the stove.
Scarf, 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 scarf. I swear I'm keeping watch as I shove more tamales in my mouth. Clearly not looking around anywhere other than the tamales.
Oh yeah, when you're in the jungle, you never know when it's going to be your last tamale. It's like that's the old saying in prison. You always eat your dessert first because you never know how long you've got to live. Anyway, um, it looks like you've decoded something. How much complete sense it makes to you, up to you to decipher. But you've definitely cracked the code to a certain level. So on the tablet, you've got that the hieroglyphic image must be done grungling to the bottom of the tablet. Of course, you have the draconic writing as like the body of the tablet. In the center of the draconic ciphertext is that dinosaur-themed totem pole. And then above the ciphertext is the pyramid. Potentially leading one to believe that The pyramid is in the area. The pyramid that you're searching for, if this is a representation of an actual pyramid, is somewhere in the area of Dungrunglan, perhaps to the north. Shrug.
Seems as good a direction to go as any.
Yeah, I'm flying the ship north towards that. Well, I'm gonna fly towards the pyramid. I have a feeling like that's where we want to go. At the very least, I would like to get away from the grung.
Makes sense.
Now that, now that I'm a little more conscious of how close to death we came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Living on the edge.
Well done, Crossing. That's a good job.
Yeah, good
That would
interpretation.
be really hard to actually decipher. Not knowing that it's just backwards.
Mm-hmm.
But once
Yeah,
you
that's
get
basically
one
language.
word, though, that's the thing about a cipher like that. Once you get one word, and you're like, oh, that's just the letters are just backwards. And then you try it to the next word. Oh, the next word, the letters are backwards too. You've cracked the whole thing. You know what I mean? Once you crack one word.
You probably cracked the word the.
Or in. Or
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, like you crack
E.
in jungle, and you're like, oh shit! In jungle's
In,
deep where shadows play.
in jungles peed. What?
Swodas yelp? What does Swodas yelp mean?
Well, that also explains though why you guys were better at deciphering it than I was, because I was overthinking everything.
Yeah. You're like, what if I take this E and it's actually a P, and that Q is
You
a
see,
Z?
Vindicator and Misery are actually dyslexic, so it came out
That
normal.
helps.
Totally understood that, man.
What are you guys struggling for? This is clearly what it says.
Yeah, I mean, E is the most common letter in the alphabet, so that must actually signify the number one.
Yeah, duh. Like misery and kind of nudges Vindicator. She like points at the other guys and just sort of laughs.
Nerds.
I'm over here with spreadsheets, looking like the dude from the meme with all the red lines.
Ready to turn into a data set for LLM. All right, so with that, the party is ready to disembark to the north. As you do so, well, I can grab another beer from the fridge, and as we cut scene and make our way to the next shindig. I'll be right back. We'll get into the act. All right. Excellent. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are you not entertained? Yes. So, pressing forward. It looks that all systems are go, and the ship is heading northward. Northern bound. You travel on. Always on the lookout for a pyramid cracking above the jungle canopy. Isri, you're the captain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Survival check would technically be up to you unless you have some assistance. Since you're doing the captaining and the navigating and all that. Maybe if you want to
Can I use my navigator's tools?
micromanage this to your navigator's tools, that can certainly help. Absolutely.
Yeah. Navigator's tools. Let's do it.
I shit pirate stuff.
19.
Booyah! Navigator's tools shit. And you are able to throw a little science onto the magic.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not long before you come upon appears to be half of a pyramid sticking out of the canopy of the jungle off the near distance. It seems as if most of the jungle has grown up and over and around that pyramid, like it has just like the land has taken and consumed it for ages now. Hidden, almost camouflaged in the terrain. You could have easily missed it, but utilizing a little draconic code breaking and a little bit of navigator's tools science, you've homed in on the location of what seems to be what
Pyramid.
the stone tablet is indicating. Mm-hmm.
Cool. I will kind of fly around and look for a place to, like, I don't want the ship in clear view, but I also don't want it, like, if there's something good to kind of park behind, if there's a billboard somewhere, I'm gonna look for something to kind of park behind, but if not, we'll do the best I can to obscure it.
Okay. The
Worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, I mostly just don't want the grung following us. So, if I'm too high in the air and they can see it from the distance, I don't want them coming this way. So I would lower it at least a bit so that it isn't obvious from far away.
Fair enough.
Next time we're at a city, we should probably paint the underside and the big red balloon to look like sky and clouds.
That's a good idea.
The question is, would the bottom of the ship and the balloon remain the bottom of a ship and the balloon, or would it disappear
I'm not.
like the hedge?
Yeah, that's why I said back at the city. I'm not painting the ship into a cloud.
Get normal paints instead of magic paints.
Yeah, probably the best way to go.
Mm-hmm.
All paints, magic paints?
If you're Bob Ross.
In the right hand, yeah.
Yep.
In the right hand, all clouds are happy little clouds. Is that the second Bob Ross reference?
Yes.
It
Yes.
is. It is. It's starting to feel like if I build a backup character, it might be based on Bob Ross.
Oh my god. I haven't watched that dude when I was in like kindergarten, like after Three's Company reruns. Shit. So anyway, it seems as if as you lower the ship in, you would spot overgrown avenues down below around the pyramid, as if this is just the tip of the iceberg. Most everything is just all just foliage. Matter of fact, the majority of the pyramid itself can easily be mistaken as just a part of the organic landscape. It's so grown over. You do a little sweep of the area, a little roundabout perhaps, and I'm not even going to make you make a perception check or anything as a team, because you really get that awe-inspiring view circling the area from up above as you're lowering in. And it's basically like you're taking 20, which is an old 3.5 rule, optional rule. If you have enough time to do something, you can assume that you roll a 20 on the roll. So you can assume a 20 on the perception check as a team as you're circling around the area. Seems to be completely void of activity. Aside from the random roar of a mighty lizard off in the distance, which is all too common here in the jungles of the Menagerie Coast. How do you wish to proceed?
Like I said, I'll find a parking spot and
Selling it in?
yeah, settle it in. Got Ginger. Watch the ship. If anything attacks it, try to fly out of the way. Just get yourself safe and come back for us when you can.
Whoever attacks the ship, they don't have anything on me and my hot tamales.
That's true. Feed them.
Yep.
If anything attacks the ship, throw tamales.
Feed them until they die of obesity.
Until they're satisfied. Okay. You guys want to go down and scout around and try to find a totem pole?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my plan, unless somebody's got a different one.
Well, we need to find an animal that's in the area.
What animal?
Something that might have seen it.
Oh.
So I can talk to them.
Good idea.
Take some extra tamales to lure animals with.
I mean, that's what I do when I go out into the jungle.
Just pack your
Tamales.
pockets full of tamales.
That definitely want to attract the jungle creatures. And if it does, well, they'll be happy that I give them attendance.
Should we load the tamales in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
You ask why is that even a question? I thought that was a given.
I thought you guys were stuffing your pockets full.
Oh, I always stuff my pockets full of tamales. That's true. It's a little harder in my dinosaur suit, I guess. Less pockets, maybe.
No, it's a onesie. You can just stuff it.
Tie the legs up.
So now
Just
I'm
tie the
walking
legs
on
and the armholes.
tamales.
I can hold 418 pounds of tamales.
Oh
in the
my
bag.
god, that's a lot of tamales.
I don't think we have that many tamales on the ship right now.
I'm just telling you what the upper limit is.
You said
We just take
418.
Yeah.
That's That's 800 and some odd tamales.
Look how quick you were on that math.
Yeah. It's 836. That's on the high end. If they're only 3.5 ounce tamales, that number gets a lot higher.
Oh, I forgot to buy new tamales at the farmer's market this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Damn it.
out of game there.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me, I meant to buy tamales in real life, and I haven't done so yet. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
I can't
Uh-huh.
find any around here, and I'm really upset about it.
Oh.
Do you not have like a Trader Joe's?
Yeah, the
Sorry,
Trader
that's
Joe's
just a lot.
tamales are actually pretty good.
Uh-huh,
I don't
uh-huh.
want store-bought though. I grew up in
Yeah,
Southern
true.
California.
Yeah.
I grew up on the good stuff.
Should find your closest farmer's market. There should be at least one tamale place there.
I don't know where I
That's
can
gonna
get
become our
good
Sunday
tamales
ritual.
around here, but I'm sure. I bet I can find them at like 7-Eleven. We have all types of like cool shit like that, like spinning near the hot dogs and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm totally going to rape YouTube in tamale recipes within the next couple of
Uh-huh.
days. It's happening.
I'm already Googling it.
Yeah.
My abuela's tamales.
Mm-hmm.
They're very simple ingredient-wise, but the actual production process is not easy.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the making of the cornmeal wrap is quite the process.
Yeah, you need corn husk, and then you got to steam them. I just found a place that's got them. Oh yeah, okay, win.
You know, when I
There
go
you
back
go.
to South Florida and hang out with the Dominican side of my family, I'm gonna find out how to really make tamales. That's what I'm gonna do. Right?
God.
Like I found out how to really make guacamole. I'm gonna really find out how to make tamales.
If we ever have our D&D vacation, you know
I
you're
was
gonna have
about to say that when we have our meetup.
when
Yeah,
we
like
have
a
our
D&D in a castle or
like
something.
D&D in a castle. You're making tamales and guac. I'll bring some Italian something.
Yeah, that's what it's funny because the Spanish side of my family, I said like I want to do D&D in a castle eventually and like host like a great party and it'd be fucking killer and we can bring the family and all that stuff and they can help and uh, and the Spanish side of the family said we'll make the tacos. We'll do the vending. We'll make the tacos. I'm like, you
Priorities.
got a deal.
As long as birria is involved, I'm happy. Oh, birria taco. I'm hungry now. You guys suck.
Only on the weekends and not for free.
Okay, so what
All
the
right,
fuck
get
were
back
we
into it.
talking about? Are we still recording? What's going on right now? Where am I?
We got out of the airship. We parked the airship, and now we're trying to find a creature
Yeah, either a creature to talk to or
or the
the
totem pole.
totem pole.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so boots on the ground, right? You're looking to put boots on the
Yes.
ground.
I love this group.
Two, totally, giving up 8 years of my weekends for D&D, worth it. Worth not so good for my dating life, mind you, but still worth it. Like a scientist, that's all they give a shit about, you know. All right, so
Priorities.
yeah, you know how it is. Okay, so you're able to lower the ship down just above the canopy, above like a lower part of the canopy, and drop that ladder down nearly 100 feet to ground level. Ginger is like Ginger is like a mother, even though he's a dude. He's like a mother, acting like a real caretaker. Before his children go on the road. Oh, make sure you have some extra tamales, and you're gonna need. Oh, and here's this and that, and don't. Oh, here. Oh, and it gives you back some of your gold coins that you gave him, just in case you need them down the road. You never know. Keep them in your boot.
Guess we gotta call home. Money for the phone booth.
Actually, I took to replace my stuffed animal. I took sending stones as one of my infusions. Should we leave one of those here at the ship?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So we'll do that. That way, if he gets into trouble, he can call us, and if we need him to come pick us up, we can send that out.
Perfect.
And you are quite close to the base of the pyramid. In fact, there is this grown over. It's almost like a stone cobble, like a cobblestone causeway. It's grown over with vines and vegetation, and it leads right up past the pyramid. Big bunch of fallen debris all about the area. There's one particular massive tree that's just laying over the down the way. Everything is mysterious. It's hot. Everything's green. It's so green. Insects are buzzing. They're so buzzing. Damn it. Like at every moment, there's a mosquito on your neck or on your arm or something or the other. It's like the sweat is quickly taking over. The environmental conditions taking hold. There is a sound that sounds like almost like some semblance of music. At first, you think it's just noise, and then that noise starts kind of like clicking together into like some semblance of a melody and a savage nature. And you suddenly see movement just beyond the fallen tree in the middle of the causeway. Near the base of the pyramid, there is the strangest thing. It almost looks like a living totem pole. Animated. Weapons like savage spears equipped. Kind of dancing and moving towards your presence in the area. I'm going to update the map just so you kind of get a visual, make it easier for you to see what's going on.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Oh, that's a beautiful map.
Good map,
That.
right?
Yeah.
I wish I could credit the cartographer. I believe I just stole this one off of Google Images. Good fucking work. I'd hire them.
If you need something custom, try Fiverr. You should be able to get some good stuff pretty cheap there. Not a
Oh,
sponsor.
oh no, I go through Tessa. Tessa, she's if you look at the top 10 DMs Guild of like bestsellers, it's always Tessa's maps, and she really made a name for herself through just the social media dungeon master help groups on Reddit and Facebook, and she really came up in my DM help groups. So she doesn't do adventures for anybody else. She just does like general map packs, but she specifically does maps for my adventures, and she gives me such a deal. You have no. I think she charges me like 5 cents per game that's sold. Like everybody that buys a game for like $5, well, she charges me like 5 cents per sale for the map. And like I basically don't have to pay her shit. Like she just does it because she's a cool Aussie chick. Yeah. So I'm really blessed with that. Anyway, okay, so shit's going down, and it looks like that totem is certainly alive and well. Like, roll perception checks because the thing looks aggressive, and it's hard to make out exactly what's going on.
That totem pole looks sweet.
21.
Cup hold me.
It's real pretty.
This is your captain speaking. That pole. Is it attacking? I got a 21.
Okay, you would recognize, especially with a 21, anybody above 14?
So just misery.
Yeah, so just misery. Everybody else would see like a living totem pole pressing forward, but misery, you would see that this is not a normal totem pole at all. That's just animated. Instead, you see this appears to be a bunch of small creatures stacked up like upon each other's shoulders, wearing strange totem-like masks. Whatever they are, they look indigenous, and it looks like you are in their territory. And whatever happens, I want to give everybody an equal opportunity to act. So that only means we're going to have to move in turn order. So everybody roll initiative.
Yep, I forgot to click my token. Awesome.
Wait, I think I have advantage on initiative now that I've rolled a really bad number. No, just add. Okay. If anyone wants to swap initiative with me, they can. I have that ability.
No, I think because I'm the only one who saw what they are, I'm not swapping yet.
You don't want me doing something stupid before you? Fine.
I have an intelligence of 12 now. I can think that
Ooh,
far.
you're much smarter than me now.
Missing somebody from the turn order.
It's
Was that
me.
Goss?
Yeah,
What you got?
Goss forgot to click his token.
What you got?
I was an 11.
You're good. Sorting the order.
Wait, how do we determine ties? I forget. Every time I forget.
Oh, it's just whoever's got the better dexterity bonus.
Oh, I have a +5, so it's got to be me.
Oh, yeah, you're probably good.
Yeah.
All right, misery. Yeah, you see. So it seems like a situation going down that could lead into more culture shock, confusion, maybe total murder, death, kill. Who knows what the fuck is happening here? But it seems like you're in somebody else's territory, and uh, uh, they have been alerted to your presence. What are you going to do?
I am going to try the peaceful route first, or the enchanting kind of route first. And I'm going to cast Dancing Lights again so that they're just all of a sudden like these bright lights are like twinkling and swirling around them in a non-threatening manner, just sort of like uh maybe at their feet where it just kind of lights up like somebody's stepping out on the stage and the spotlights have come up upon them.
Okay, a little dancing lights action,
Mhm.
and
And in my with free action, I'm gonna whisper to everybody around me. I'm like, "That's not a totem pole. That's a bunch of little tiny creatures standing on top of each other."
Makes it cuter.
Mhm.
especially once they get bedazzled with the dancing lights. It's like a savage disco.
Amazing. Yeah, we got a savage disco going on now. If only somebody can make some music. um, and so that's my action. Um, and for bonus, do I have a bonus action? I'm going to I'm gonna give myself for as a bonus action steady aim so that just in case this goes bad, um, I will have advantage on a shot. I'm like my next action if I have to take a shot, and I'm like steady aim with my Eldritch Blast, so it's not like I'm leveling a weapon at them. That's
Okay.
all.
It seems as if you've at least sown some confusion amongst, well, the new bogies or whatever they are. Goss, I know that you're not hungry after all those tamales, but damn, whatever these things are, whatever this is, it might make you hungry again for a second breakfast. What are you doing?
Can we? Did you say if we can tell if they were hostile or not, or is those intentions still unclear?
Uh, they seem to be aggressive in their nature until the lights popped off. Now they're all oohing and awing and googling at the pretty lights that are dancing around.
Okay. For now, I'm just going to cast Hunter's Mark on the bottom creature and hold my action.
To be done as it has been said, and with that done, throw a little Rick and Morty burp in. Uh, well, you have this thing with the lower, the lower bogey is lit up with like a fairy fire that only you can see. That is your hunter's mark. Meanwhile, amidst all the chaos, Vindicator, it's your move.
Cool. How much movement would it take to get over this tree?
It would be like difficult terrain, that particular square.
Okay, cool. I think I took a thing where difficult terrain doesn't affect me anymore. Difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement, so I can move 50 feet, so I'm gonna come stand right next to it and be like, oh, hi guys, what are you? You guys are real cute. Just talk to it, and I'm gonna pull out my drum and start drumming along.
Nice. You just start jamming.
Yeah. maybe dance around a little bit and be like, cool, who are you? What's going on?
Reminds me of a real life story I definitely can't get into right now. Because it's a college story. Involves a naked chick. You breaking out the bongos. Okay, all right. So it's late at night. I've got a board meeting the next morning for the school, and the frat, they fucking bring in this chick that busts into my fucking apartment because I was living in the college apartments, who's totally naked and high and fucked up, and I'm like, and they just throw her at me, like give her to me. I'm like, what the fuck? No, we're just gonna play the bongos. What? She's too fucked up. Are you kidding me? So it's like that situation, like a crazy situation. Like, what are you gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna break out the bongos. We're just gonna fucking play the bongos. I got a board meeting tomorrow. What the fuck, guys? True story. All right, so Vindicator makes the move and starts jamming, and you put a beat behind the lights. Give me a performance check.
Okay. Could have been better. That's only a 9.
Oh, yeah. However, that's a pretty good role for Savage music, you know. It's a little off. Maybe it's a little more than off.
I'm on
And
the
they're
offbeat.
totally on with that. Yeah, they're totally on with that. Like, you're missing the beat, but the beats that you're missing, they catch
Aha.
in a wild way. And you start synchronizing. And you start vibing. You start synergizing. And with that, it's almost as if you might have this feeling that you're potentially soothing these savage beasts. And being this close upon them, you see now, this is not some living totem pole. These are goblins. See these savage looking goblins in loincloths and war paint with crazy masks upon their face from the wilds, just all dancing to the lights and the offbeat of the music, and it is their rhythm, the rhythm of the audience, that brings your offbeat totally into like synergy with the environment. It's almost too perfect, Vindicator.
Ooh, I did something good on accident. Yay!
Yeah, that's right. That's how a lot of good riffs are written.
Yeah.
Oops! Fuck! Wait, do that again. Alright, Rook, you see that Vindicator seems to be moving in tandem with this thing or these things or whatever's going on here. It's all up in the air. I don't know what you're going to do, but it's on you now with initiative 10. Oh, Rook!
I think he may be having microphone issues. I heard some
Hello.
microphone popping.
Oh.
There we go.
There we go. Sorry, I don't want to keep resetting that. Okay. I'm setting up my owlbear familiar to just kind of sit there and look cute and adorable, while at the same time I am going to get my Force Ballista Eldritch Cannon set up and ready just in case things go sideways. And that'll be my turn.
Does the music soothe the savage beast? Well, does it indeed? Those off beats that Vindicator starts genting with the local fauna. Well, like right when you might think that these goblins are about to become your greatest dance partners ever, or maybe they'll just stab you and run you through. Like, I don't know. Doesn't that make a dance wild? You know, you're on the dance floor. You don't know if you're gonna get stabbed or if you're gonna do the waltz. It makes things all the more crazier.
Yeah, never had that experience on the dance floor, but you know, hey.
Yeah, like murder on the dance floor, right? Who knows what the fuck's about to go down? But you definitely have that sensation that anything could happen. It's pretty hardcore. And amongst all the suspense, suddenly there is a roar. And it steals everybody's attention away, as if out of nowhere, appearing through the jungle ruins is this nasty, stinking, hulking, massive lizard, a T-Rex, whose body is enshrouded in rotted tissue, and it's raw. It starts gagging at the end of its roar. It starts coughing up a hairball. And the massive T-Rex, almost comedically, it starts coughing up what you think are dead bodies.
Yeah.
And what's worse is when the dead bodies hit the floor. When the bodies hit the floor, they start animating and rising from the ground.
Oh, God.
It's a Tyrannosaurus Rex zombie that pukes zombies.
It's an undead carrier.
The goblin totem, they scatter. Totally.
I have to say,
Like, fuck
I've never
that.
seen this in D&D. This is a new enemy.
Yeah.
And I have to say, that is where we are going to fade to black and call it
Oh,
session.
man.
Okay. Good end point. Leave
That's
them in
cliffhanger.
suspense.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a cliffhanger.
Jeez.
Oh man.
Is it Sunday yet?
Undead T-Rex and zombies. That's
So
amazing.
it's next
I
Sunday
didn't
now,
see
right?
that coming. What was the question?
Man.
I
No,
said
it's not
next
Sunday.
Sunday now.
No, it's not. Sunday.
On Sunday.
But Matt Mercer will probably try to steal royalty for us asking if it's Sunday yet.
Forget it, Matt. This is our game.
You have Thursdays, we have Sundays.
That's right.
It ain't much.
Poor
Maybe
Saint.
4 people are watching us, but they're our 4 people.
That's
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Never mind if some of them are us. Mind your business.
yeah. Move along. Nothing to see here.
Poor Sage, though. We get out of one bad situation, comes back next week. We made it worse.
I appreciate you guys. Interesting session for sure.
Yeah, that was fun, actually.
Yeah, when I started this campaign, I was like, oh man, this gives me another shot of running Dungrunglin. How's that all going to work out? And now we've played that through, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool.
We keep
That was
throwing you
fun.
curveballs. Like we got through the fort with a Kager that you've never had. I bet
Yeah.
you've never
Yeah, like what the fuck was that
Did you
about?
get to Dungrungland with a magic
Yeah.
name?
And the marital proposal. Don't forget about the marital proposal.
Yeah,
Which was
I feel
totally
like this
improv, by the way.
Nice. I feel like this campaign is supposed to have a lot more combat than we do.
Like going into this, I remember when we started talking about moving from Ravenloft into something else.
Mm-hmm.
You guys on Discord were chatting about how you wanted a campaign with more role playing. You really liked building out your characters and just having shenanigans bubbling off of each other, like bouncing souls, instead of like it always being like turn-based combat and all that. So, I tried to provide that for you.
Yeah. It's good.
We're having fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Got your level up.
laughing. Yeah, I laugh
Good
more in this
times.
campaign than any other one.
Look out.
This is by far my favorite one.
Perfect. That's the right one to record.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Thanks for my puka shell. It's much appreciated.
Absolutely. It wasn't sure the right time to give them because I've had them for like 2 sessions now, and I'm like, you know what? We got to decipher something. Int would probably be helpful.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's meet back up. Same bat time, same bat channel. We're gonna show up and we're gonna paint a bunch of happy little jungle trees when we get back. Because why not follow up 2 Bob Ross references with a 3rd one to sign off here tonight?
Indeed. Happy little zombies.
Yes. Yes.
Can all of the zombies have Bob Ross hair? Can we make that happen?
Yes, they all have afros.
Yep.
Don't ask how. Don't ask why. We probably don't want to know.
It just came out of, it was something that was in the T-Rex's stomach that came out with them.
Yeah. It gave them popcorn hair.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
good
yeah,
weekend.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
I'm going to sign
So
off
much
for the
fun.
night. You guys are great. I'll see you around the server. Hit me up if you need anything. We're going to do this again real soon. Peace out, y'all. Love you.
Night, everybody.
Good night.